Na yule mtu yote anataka kuwa rais. Tumesema kila mtu aende atafute kura zake. Kila mtu asanye zake. Pale mwisho next year, hapo after Christmas, tuketi tuweke kura kwa meza, tupige hesabu, tuulizane nani atapeperusha bendera as one candidate only against William Ruto.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rigathi Gachagua is suggesting that those leaders in opposition who want to be the flag bearers or maybe presidential candidates, to get to the campaigns, mobilize the people, establish the parties, move across the country, connect with the people, sell the agenda. Then towards the end of 2026, they sit at the table and discuss based on the numbers. Simple and clear. What do you have at the table? That is a very nice suggestion that Rigathi Gachagua has made. One, the reason why I'm saying that it is a good suggestion is this. This method will enable the opposition leaders that are not serious to be serious, to campaign seriously, connect with the people, sell the agenda, and spend in the campaigns, to move across the country. That's number one. Number two, it will enable people to be serious and stop the issue of betrayal. Because there are some who might ride on the other's back, and then they hide behind, but also at the back of their minds, they're planning to have a deal with President William Ruto. So we want to see someone criticize government, someone gets serious and they campaign President William Ruto seriously. So it's also a way to tame the traitors. Ladies and gentlemen, it's also good in that they get used to campaigns, because William Ruto is not a very simple campaigner. That's a serious campaigner, a serious one. So they have to also warm up so that in 2027, in case if they'll be together, they can dispatch each other. They can dispatch themselves to various parts of this country and tame President William Ruto completely. But however, I have one problem. This suggestion of Rigathi Gachagua will not work. Take it to the bank. Someone might be asking, why will it not work? If you listen to Cleophas Malala.
So we want to ask our brothers in DAP, tafadhali, drop your aspirations. If you are genuine about a united opposition, mukuje musupport candidate wa DCP ambaye ni Edgar Musiega. Lakini wakikataa ni demokrasia yao.
That was a by-election in Kakamega, in Malava, where we have the DAP and of course the DCP parties presenting candidates. And in this occasion, from your own understanding, I would just want a honest opinion. Which party should leave for the other to front a candidate in the Western region? We all know these parties are national, but at that point, who should front who? Who should leave for the other? I don't want to answer that question. Let me just give you a chance to kindly give your opinion on the comment section. But my point is this. If they could not agree on the issues to do with Malava, that opposition to come together and front one candidate there to be the member of parliament, if they could not agree on that, then how is it going to be possible for them to agree in 2026 at the table in relation to the method that Rigathi Gachagua suggested? It will be impossible. It will be impossible. Because I feel that everyone will feel strong than the other. Therefore, they're not going to settle down on one simple candidate. I also have the idea that these people, they're not willing as such to live for the other. Everyone feels is the best. People have reasons. Others experience, others track record, others numbers. Therefore, it is not going to be possible. The other reason as to why I feel it's not going to be possible is this. Ladies and gentlemen, this will not be the will of the people. Perhaps scientific methods can work, but also these scientific methods always get compromised. where someone is given money to do something to favor the other. So it might not reflect the will of the people. And that is very, very, very important in 2027. Why? If you elect or maybe choose a flag bearer that the people of Kenya do not prefer, across the country, people are going to vote for President William Ruto. I feel that strongly. Because there's one thing that people are looking at, that this person that the opposition will front will be able to beat President William Ruto. People of Kenya have cried a lot. They have cried a lot on the basis of track record, on the basis of delivery of services. People are complaining on education, health, and many other issues. So in a scenario where you present someone who does not represent performance, done. In a scenario where a person who is not able to uphold the constitution as well, done. A person who is not able to go with the will of the people, the wishes of Kenyans, done. Ladies and gentlemen, if the person is not able right now to fight President William Ruto and be at the forefront, and then you go and decide the other person at the table, as it was suggested, it is done. It will be very difficult to beat President William Ruto. Very difficult. And I'm going to do an extensive analysis on the calculations of President William Ruto that are going to hit if the opposition are not careful. So, ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, I mean, they must give the priority to Kenyans to choose whom they want as the flag bearer. Because they can make a mistake by selecting a wrong candidate. They can also make a mistake on the basis that they might not use the right parameters. And therefore, my simple solution is this: a nomination for all the presidential candidates in the opposition. That is the only way to have the leaders of opposition settle on one candidate that is also the candidate of the people of Kenya. Some of you might ask what type of a nomination that can occur at that level. That is going to form the basis of this analysis here today. But before I take you through, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mukwa Times, take a second or two to subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. I want to do an extensive analysis here. Please be careful so that you don't get confused. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what type of a nomination? The opposition to organize a nomination in 2027. A nomination to be on the first round of the elections. In that during the elections, it becomes like it's a nomination. What do I mean by that? If, assuming the three presidential candidates of the opposition come out and decide to be on the ballot, then Kenyans will have a chance to choose any of them to be number 1, 2, or 3. And then, the one they choose as number 1 to be the flag bearer of the opposition in a runoff. Don't get confused. In a runoff, there are chances of William Ruto beating the opposition in the first round. I agree. But there are minimal chances of William Ruto beating the opposition in the runoff. Why am I saying that? In the runoff, there will be a combined team of opposition leaders, both selected by the people. All selected by the people. But in the first round, because I believe strongly that they are not going to agree, the fact remains that William Ruto might be able to beat them, not based on popularity. First, money, which is a very serious thing. 2, organization, which is also a serious thing around President William Ruto. He has a machinery of the campaigns. So therefore, for opposition to beat William Ruto, they must have a popular candidate in the country. There's also a chance that William Ruto cannot beat any of the opposition leaders at the ballot in the first round. Why? A popular candidate with the people of Kenya will carry the day. If it is Kalonzo Musyoka that the people of Kenya want, and is at the ballot with William Ruto, Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i, Gachagua, Martha Karua, and Eugene Wamalwa, then Kalonzo will become the president very early in the morning. If he might not be able to get the 50+1, still Kalonzo Musyoka will be the presidential candidate of the opposition team. And by that time, the people are the ones who shall have decided who to be the flag bearer of the opposition, not the opposition leaders, because they don't, so far, know the exact numbers. The reason why I am saying that that's the best nomination is because by campaigns, you cannot tell how many numbers you have on board. Crowds do not indicate numbers. No way. There is no way you can tell that the crowd I pulled, the chairs I had in Mombasa, are the ones that are dictating whether I'm going to get the numbers or not. The presidency involves even actually fighting for the members of parliament seats. Therefore, people need a leader they can be able to go and sell to their people to get locally elected. So the fact remains that there is no way you can have a leader selected by the opposition based on crowds. Not possible. This is how the nomination will occur then. Ladies and gentlemen, when they are going to the ballot for the first round, as I said, the popular candidate will win, can win 50+1. But there are very minimal chances because I've suggested the 3 groups to produce presidential candidates. I'm suggesting Kalonzo Musyoka, Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i, and of course, Rigathi Gachagua. All of them to be at the ballot. And at the ballot, Kenyans will be able to select their leader there. He will either be number 1 or number 2 from the opposition. So if William Ruto becomes number 1, the number 2 becomes the flag bearer of the opposition for the runoff. And if they do proper campaigns, William Ruto will not get 50+1. That's why a runoff is necessary. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's a likelihood they beat William Ruto, there's a likelihood that this person who has beat William Ruto and become number 1 is the presidential candidate of the opposition and that he will become the popular one. And the fact remains that he can get 50+1, but if he doesn't, still is going to be the top at the runoff. Ladies and gentlemen, so therefore Matiang'i can combine with someone from Mount Kenya. Gachagua to look for someone from Western. Or if Gachagua decides, so ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kengo Fred Matiang'i can look for a presidential running mate from anywhere. And then Gachagua to do the same thing, probably from Western or somewhere. Kalonzo as well to do the same thing. And then we see who Kenyans want. And that one to be the flag bearer. They can even combine amongst themselves and produce 2 groups. Kalonzo, Matiang'i, or Kalonzo, Gachagua. And then Matiang'i with someone else. And then they go to the ballot. Then they beat President William Ruto there. Whoever comes first or second becomes the flag bearer of the opposition. And then, in the runoff, they take it on with President William Ruto. They combine their efforts now and take William Ruto home. A combined opposition will take William Ruto home very early in the morning. Very early in the morning. That is my suggestion. Probably to be able to ensure that the opposition is not divided. But at the table, without numbers, because you cannot give numbers with an assumption. Never. I don't know what's your take. On the comment section, share with me.